Hey everyone, it's April and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you some DIY projects that I have been working on around the house. But before we get on into that, I just wanted to introduce to you my latest family member. His name is Brodie and he is a 7-year-old Yorkshire Terrier. A coworker of mine's mom's friend. It was her dog, and unfortunately she is very ill and is going to be passing away. So I opted to take this sweet little boy into my home, and he's very loving, very sweet, and he gets along pretty well with the other dogs. They're just, learning to adjust, and he is a lot older than my other two, Benny and Baron. They're only 2. So, it's a little adjustment in that area, but overall, everything is going great. So you will probably see more of him in my upcoming videos. So now let's jump right on into my DIY projects. So if you guys remember, I hung this ladder up on my ceiling, I don't know, probably about 2 months ago. And it was just a small ladder that I had from my mom, and I put it up there with chains, and then I decorated it. And I really loved the look of this. The only problem was I have a ceiling fan in this room, so the fan just kept blowing it and making it crooked all the time. And it was just really annoying to have to keep fixing it. Plus, I wanted to be able to have a ladder up here that could sustain more weight. That way, depending on what I hung or decorated with on top of the ladder, I wouldn't have to worry about it falling from the ceiling or, just anybody getting hurt. So I wanted to come up with a new solution for this that would give me the same similar look, but again, be safer. So I was on the hunt for another ladder, and my uncle found a pretty large ladder. I think it might have even been like 20 foot, and he cut it down for me, and I made it into a 6-foot ladder. And then I went to Walmart and I got some of these white shelf brackets. And what I did was I just screwed them on into the ladder and then mounted it onto the wall. And what I love about this is it makes it a lot more sturdy. Now I don't have to worry about, it moving around. I don't have to worry about the amount of weight I put on it. I mean, to a generalized level, but I was able to hang, this light up lantern in the middle. And I just like the look of it. I think it's going to be really pretty to decorate, and overall way better than the hanging one. Next DIY project that I did was I showed you guys I hauled these a while back. I wasn't sure what they were exactly, something to do with shoemaking or shoe cleaning. We weren't sure, but they were $10 a piece, and I thought these would make a perfect brackets to support a galvanized awning that I was dreaming of putting up on one of my windows. So let me take you kind of through the process of how we did this. I apologize we don't have a more detailed explanation step by step, but my uncle did do a lot of the prep work for me. So we got some of this corrugated metal roofing tin, whatever you want to call it, from Home Depot. And I measured my window along with the brackets, and it was 6 foot long. So we got 2 of these, I don't know if they're 1x4s or whatever you would call them, but just skinny pieces of wood, measured them out 6 feet, I guess a 1x6. But anyway, he just put them on, left a little overhang on the top, and then just screwed the metal onto the wood so it would be supported. And we did have to piece the metal into 2 separate pieces because they didn't come in sheets long enough to make 6 feet long. Now from here, I got my wooden brackets and I got my drill, and I just screwed them on into the back to those 2 wooden pieces that are underneath. And this is how it turned out. It was pretty heavy and awkward to get up on the wall, so I had to have my mom hold one side while I screwed on the other side, and then used my level, then put up the other side. So that was probably the most challenging part. But you guys, if you were going to try to recreate this, I know you'd probably have a hard time finding these type of brackets or something similar. So you'd probably have to custom make them. I did see a lot of different tutorials online on how you could build them. It all depends on the size of your window that you're working with. So I would definitely just Google like corrugated metal awning if you're interested in doing this yourself. But I love the look. I love the farmhouse barn look that it gives my room here. Just gives it a little extra character. And I've been kind of having this idea for a while, so I'm glad I finally tackled it. And a shout out to my Uncle Larry for helping me pull this one off and get it put together, because I don't think I would have been able to cut the metal by myself. This is what it looks like at night with some fairy lights that I have kind of hooked up underneath. I'll probably do the same thing with my ladder and put some fairy lights up there as well. So moving on to my last and final DIY project. I've showed you guys this fireplace in my bedroom in previous videos. It's just a faux fireplace mantle, and it was just solid white wood, very plain. So I found this harp that goes onto a dresser and holds a mirror. Very vintage. I found it at this flea market type store. And I got the idea of connecting it onto the fireplace to make it more decorative. So I flipped it upside down and I nailed it in. And then I painted it all with white chalk paint and distressed. And then in the middle, there was nothing. It was plain. So I found this scroll work at Hobby Lobby that I thought was kind of similar to the ones on the outside. And I got that in the unfinished wood section. I nailed it down to the middle and I painted and distressed it. And overall, I just think it gave this fireplace some more character and just made it more visually interesting. And that is it. That is it for my DIYs. I hope you guys like them and maybe gave you some inspiration to try things like this yourself. So Brodie says we're out of here. If you're new, please subscribe. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Bye.